Donald Trump claims he will leave the White House peacefully if the Electoral College decides Joe Biden has won the presidency. For the first time since the election, the president took questions from reporters during a Thanksgiving address, coming the closest yet to a concession.
On a day of peace and gratitude, the president ended his 3-week standoff with reporters.
Will you concede to
It's going to be a very hard thing to concede because we know there was massive fraud.
Donald Trump finally answering questions in the Capitol about when and how he will leave the White House.
Are you not going to leave this building?
Just so you, certainly I will. Certainly I will. And you know that. But I think that there will be a lot of things happening between now and the 20th of January. A lot of things.
But his ceasefire with the media didn't last long.
You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to... I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
The Arab world is witnessing a reset, and this is more evident now than ever. Let me give you a primer. Look at today's headlines. India's External Affairs Minister is in West Asia. He is meeting the top leaders of the Gulf world. Pakistan, on the other hand, has been snubbed. The UAE has stopped issuing visas to Pakistanis. Why? Because the reports say it is because of security reasons. And this is the reset I am talking about. The Gulf is pulling away from Pakistan, a country with which the region has historical, religious and economic ties. And it is India that the Gulf is getting closer to. Like we just showed you, Pakistan has done enough and more to disappoint its Arab allies.
Two Navy pilots who were on a training sortie when a MiG-29K aircraft dished into the Arabian Sea. One pilot has been rescued and one is still missing. Search operations are currently underway. That's the big breaking news that we're getting to you.
Pour l'adoption 305, contre une voix. Le Sénat a adopté.
Il faut bien voir dans le droit international ce qui se passe au Karabakh et dans les 7 provinces, tel que c'est reconnu par les Nations Unies, c'est un territoire azéri. Et donc vous n'intervenez pas s'il n'y a pas une demande de l'État souverain.
Hello.
Avenida Belgrano se extiende a lo largo de la 9 de julio.
Esa hilera prolija que se veía, insiste la policía en alejar.
Más policías llegan por la Avenida de Mayo. Nosotros estamos en Irigoyen y Avenida de Mayo. Acá llega un causa hidrante también. Bala de gases lacrimógenos que tiran.
Lugar, situación muy compleja, muy compleja, más cantidad de efectivos de seguridad.
Avanza ahora la...
Brazil's right-wing President Jair Bolsonaro said he will not take a coronavirus vaccine, calling it his, quote, right. He made statements live on social media Thursday, adding that Congress was not likely to require Brazilians to take a vaccine. The South American country has the second highest number of coronavirus deaths in the world. But Bolsonaro has played down the seriousness of the pandemic, even after he caught the virus himself in July. During the live broadcast, he also cast doubt on the effectiveness of face masks. He implied there was little conclusive evidence they helped to stem transmission of the coronavirus. Brazil's government has contracts in place for nearly 143 million vaccine doses with several companies, their main bet being the vaccine from AstraZeneca. That amount would be enough to immunize at least a third of Brazil's population, according to officials.
The race to roll out a global coronavirus vaccine is ramping up as developers of Russia's Sputnik 5 inoculation have struck a deal with an Indian company to produce more than 100 million doses of the jab. The Sputnik 5 was the world's first registered coronavirus vaccine, but it's been overshadowed by other products developed in Europe and the US. That's despite the fact that new data from Russia shows Sputnik to be more than 91% effective at protecting people from the virus. Russian scientists have also suggested that combining the shot with the AstraZeneca vaccine for additional protection.
Now to the wildfire threat in California tonight. The utility company warning it could cut power to more than 100,000 customers on Thanksgiving. The company is worried that power lines could spark massive fires.
Tonight, this unprecedented wildfire season now threatening to leave thousands in the dark for Thanksgiving dinner. Southern California bracing for strong winds, increasing the risk of extreme fire danger. More than 100,000 on notice as utility company SoCal Edison considers public safety power shutoffs in hopes of preventing its electric system from sparking fires as the winds pick up. From the mountains to the high desert, the concern, winds gusting as high as 65 miles per hour. Authorities putting additional firefighters on duty for the holiday. This in an historic year that's already seen more than 9,100 fires burn over 4 million acres in California.
A group of human rights organizations have filed criminal complaints here in Germany for 2 chemical weapons attacks carried out in Syria in 2013 and 2017. Some estimates suggest more than 1,000 people were killed in one of the attacks in the Damascus suburb of eastern Ghouta. To avert military intervention in 2013 by the U.S. and other countries, the regime of Bashar al-Assad committed to destroying its chemical weapons. However, investigators say the Syrian military has continued to use outlawed weapons such as sarin gas against its own population. Human rights groups have identified the use of nerve gas in more than 200 instances over the past 7 years. Now, the hope is that the courts in Germany can deliver justice for the victims